everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching as always. So I am doing a bit of a get ready with me chit chat kind of a video today. I don't really do that much beauty stuff on my YouTube, even though I really am into beauty. I kind of prefer blogging and filming fashiony things, but if I did another haul today it would be the third in 4 weeks, which is just like far too much of the same thing, so I thought I'd better mix it up a little bit. And I have to get ready today anyway because I'm going to shoot some blog content, so I thought we may as well film it and have a little bit of a life update, kind of a chit chat, and just talk you through the products I'm using and stuff like that. So let's get going. So the first thing I'm going to be using is by Dermalogica, and it's their multi-active toner. I love this stuff so much. You just spray it on like that. It's so good. It's so nice like in the morning, you know, if you're really tired, it wakes you up and makes you feel really fresh, and it helps me keep my skin really clear. I have found that I get less spots and stuff since I've been using this, so I would really recommend this, and I've re-bought it so many times. It's really good. So next, for some moisturiser, I'm going to be using the Embryolisse. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's just their normal moisturiser, I think. It's called Lait-Creme Concentre. I'm sure that was just so wrong, but it's really nice. It's just kind of, it's like a funny texture actually. It's kind of, it makes me always think of emulsion and like gloss paint. I don't know why, that doesn't make it sound very nice at all, but it is nice. It's not too heavy, but it has a weird consistency. But it's really good under makeup. Like, it works as a really good base under makeup. When I rub this in, what can I tell you about? So it's 3 weeks today. Harry and I will be moving to Manchester. If you ever read my blog or like follow me on Twitter or anything like that, you will probably heard me mention that I'm moving to Manchester with Harry. Before, he studies architecture at Manchester University, which is like 7 years. It's so long, and he's got 3 more years left. So he's actually started back this week. It's going to be the end of his first week. So we're moving there together, and because I'm blogging full time at the moment, I can kind of work from anywhere. So we've signed a year's contract, so we're going to be living there for a year. I'm very, very excited indeed, and I can't wait to do like house tours, stuff like that. Just moved a little bit closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. I think it was a bit far away before. And I'm going to start with my foundation, and I'm using the Illamasqua Skin Base today. This is kind of my go-to heavy coverage foundation really, and for like days like today when I'm doing some blog stuff, I need my makeup to last all day. So you don't need much of this. I find a little bit really does go a long way. So you don't want it to look cakey, and it kind of easily can. So just use a little bit and make sure you blend it really well, and then it will give you really good coverage. I ain't got a mirror, just a sec. So now that I've done my foundation, I'm going to move on to eyebrows. Just have to start by combing them through, getting everything going in the same direction. And then to fill them in, I'm going to be using the Illamasqua, again, Brow Cake. This is in the colour Thunder, and it's dark, like it's really dark, and you only need to use the tiniest bit, otherwise it's so heavy. And I'm just using that on a very bent Real Techniques brow brush. So yeah, as I was saying, we've got 3 weeks today until we move to Manchester. So we've got quite a lot to sort out. I'm so excited about it all, and I'm really looking forward to just doing some like DIY posts and homeware stuff. So I don't know whether you'd rather see DIY things in a video or just kind of with photos on a blog post. So I might try both formats and just, you know, you don't know unless you try, do you? So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so this last weekend, I can't believe it's already actually been a week, but I was in London last weekend for Fashion Week, which was amazing as always. It's always so nice to get to see like all my blogging friends, because I'm based in Leeds, most of them I don't get to see that often, and nearly every, oh flipping heck, it's alright, saved it. Nearly all of them hadn't seen in a year since last September at Fashion Week, because I missed February. So it was so good to see everybody and catch up, and just always makes me feel really inspired and motivated once I've spent time with loads of bloggers. And it's nice to get to talk about blogging all the time too. So that's really good, and it was a very good weekend, very tiring, and I messed up my ankle on the Saturday. I only did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I messed up my ankle on Saturday, so limped on Sunday, and I'd driven down rather than getting the train, which is like a 4.5–5 hour drive. So I was meant to be driving back on Sunday, and then on Saturday night my ankle, I don't know what I did because it's better now thankfully, my ankle was really bad and I couldn't really walk. So I rang my mum and said, I don't know what I'm going to do because I can't drive tomorrow. So she had to, on Sunday she had to get the train down to London to then drive me and my car back home. So thanks mum for doing that. I felt really bad about it, but we got home in one piece, so that was okay. Now I've filled in my brows, I'm just going to put a little bit of brow gel on them. I'm just using the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. So I kind of don't want to put too much on, but I feel like it defines the hairs a little bit again, which is nice. I've now done that. What next? Okay, so I think I'm going to go quite simple for my eyes today. And I'm going to start by just taking a matte colour through the crease. And I'm using Omega by MAC, which I really recommend. I use this colour nearly every single day. It's such a nice colour. And like I said, I'm just going to blend that through the crease to give me a little bit of definition. Okay, so once I've done that, actually I'm just going to zoom in even more so you can see even better. It feels so terrifyingly close up. I'm like sat inches away from the camera. It seems so weird. So I've just blended that through the crease and tried to kind of blend it out as much as possible. And I think now I'm just going to put a bit of a darker colour in the outer corner as the next step. So for this bit I'm just using my Charlotte Tilbury, the Sophisticate palette, and taking the dark chocolatey brown colour. And this is on a Real Techniques base shadow brush. So something that's kind of fluffy but not too fluffy. And then using the brush I used to put the lighter colour through the crease, I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Okay, so now I've done that, I'm just going to put something on the rest of the lid. And for that I'm using a new thing in my makeup collection which I bought at the airport, and it's one of the MAC paint pots in Let Me Pop, and it's like a kind of peachy champagne-y colour. It's really nice. It's really subtle. So just using my finger, I'm going to tap that onto the lid. Such a pretty colour. And then using a big fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend the top. So now once I've done that, I'm just going to do my eyeliner, and I'm using the Lancome liner Plume in black. It's, well, Noir, but it's just the black one. It's like one of those felt tip ones, which are the only ones that I can use and get a decent line with, and it's really long and it's got a really fine point, so it's quite easy to use, and it's really black and I really, really like it. This, again, I don't know if I said, is a new one. I got this at the airport too, and it's really good. I think they're like relatively even. I started doing this eye on camera, then just had to go and finish it off camera in a proper big mirror because I just couldn't, it just went so wrong. I had to start from scratch and everything, but I think they're relatively even now, which is okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is use a bit of concealer. I'm using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I really like this, especially if you're fair, because I use the palest one and it actually is paler than my skin tone, so it means I can like get a nice brightening effect as well, and that can be quite hard for me to find one that's pale enough for that. So I don't like to use too much, just kind of dot it on, and then I blend it out first a little bit with my finger, just well, not using one that's got loads of glittery makeup on. And then I'm just going to blend it out using this Real Techniques contour brush. Okay, so now that's done, I'm going to set everything a little bit with a bit of powder. So this is just my all-time favourite powder. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. As you can see, I haven't finished it. I did buy a new one the other day when I was in London, which was depressing because it's so expensive. I think it's like over £40, so it is a really expensive powder, but it's just, it's so good, so it's worth the money. And this one probably has lasted me about 6 months and I use it every day. So that's not so bad when you think of it that way, but still depressing to spend £40 on it. Okay, so now I'm going to try and add a little bit of colour to my face, and I'm going to be using the Kevyn Aucoin Tropical Nights Cool Bronze, the Celestial Bronzing Veil, which is really just rolls off the tongue. I really like this bronzer. It really suits my skin tone. And using a big fluffy brush, I'm just going to kind of take that under my cheekbones and around the top of my forehead. So sometimes I try and contour my nose because I've got a right old snoz on me. But when I do it, I never feel, I might do a bit today and see what you think actually, but I never feel like it looks that much different. Okay, so I will try a little bit, and I'm just going to use one of the Real Techniques. Like, all my brushes are Real Techniques, they're the best. Duo Fibre Contour Brush. Does that look any different? I don't think it does. And I feel like it looks more obvious. I'm going to blend that back out. I'm not convinced. So just to finish up on my eyeshadow, I'm going to go back in with the MAC Omega shade and just take this under the bottom lash line. Now, last for the eyes, the mascara. This September feels really weird for me because it's the first September in, well, like my whole life, as far as I can remember, that I haven't gone back into education. And like September always feels more like a start of a year than January always has done. Because it always has been the start of the academic year, which kind of structures your year more so than the calendar year does. So it's really weird not going back to something. Like good weird, I think, but also bad weird because I feel like I have no structure anymore in life. Oh, by the way, this mascara is the Lancome Hypnose Drama. I really like it. For now, I've just got two more things to do, which is do a little bit of highlight and a bit of blush. So I'm going to do blush first. Oh, the blush I'm going to be using is slightly smashed, but only in the corner. I don't know if I can you see in the corner there? It's Scarily Bright Pink. It's by Tom Ford. It's in the shade Wicked. I've had it for ages because you need to use like the tiniest amount. So I've had it for like forever, and when I got it, the woman in the shop, I was buying something else I think, and the woman said, oh, you should try this, and she brought it over, and I was like, you're absolutely nuts, like it's bright pink, it's gonna look god awful. And then she tried it on and I absolutely loved it. I don't wear it as often anymore, but it is a really nice kind of fresh pinky colour, but you really don't need much. Like tap your brush in it and then tap your brush off because it's so pigmented. So last but not least, for facey makeup, I'm just going to use a bit of highlighter. I'm using the Tom Ford shade and Illuminate, the Illuminate-y bit, and I just use this on my finger because it's easiest. Kind of tap it along the top of my cheek. So there's a really nice illuminator. It's a very glowy one and not like shimmery, too sparkly, it's just glowy. So my camera just stopped filming just as I was putting on my lip liner, which is now what I have on now. It's just the Smashbox Always Sharp Liner in Nude Medium. So on top of that, I'm just going to use another new item in my makeup bag, which again I bought at the airport and seem to have gone like wild at the airport. And it's this MAC lipstick. I haven't seen them before. They're called MAC Vamplify. This is in the colour Anything But Demure. It's just like a really nice nudie colour. They have them in loads of different colours. I don't know if they are a liquid lipstick, but they're not like a lip gloss, even though they're in lip glossy packaging, because they're really pigmented. So yeah, I've been wearing this loads, and it also smells like chocolate, which is so good. It's such a nice colour. Okay, so that's me done for makeup, and I'm just going to go on to do my hair now, and then I'll be ready for the day. So I washed my hair last night and just went to sleep with it wet, so it's kind of done whatever it wants to do through the night, which probably isn't anything overly good. I'm just going to brush it through, and I'm just going to kind of like try and put, not curl it, but kind of put a bit of texture through it using some straighteners. All I'm going to be using are just some GHDs. They make such a good noise. I love that noise they make. I keep forgetting to bring a big mirror in, which is so annoying. I'm going to have to use a makeup mirror to try and do this. I'm going to take tiny bits and twisting it once over, just like drag the hair through the straighteners whilst sort of twisting. Ow. Kind of pulls a bit. You get like a nice bouncy curl, I hope. And I'm just going to take bits at random and keep doing that really. I kind of try to curl as little of it as possible. Because it's short, I can get away with not doing the underlayers, and you can't really see. Well, I hope you can't see anyway. So I'm just going to go around my whole head. Can you see how there's no method in this madness? I'm just going for it. Ow. So my hair will like absolutely protest to holding any kind of a curl. So as I go, I need to keep using some hairspray. I'm just going to be using an Elnet. This is extra strength. Apparently it's limited edition. I think that might just be the picture on the front that's limited edition. Now I've kind of put a bit of texture through it. Don't mind it being messy because it's not all curls. Like, if it's messy, it's better, because then it doesn't matter if some bits are straight. So I'm just going to spray it off. And then the final step is going to be a bit of texturising spray. This one's by L'Oreal Professional. It's called Next Day Hair Micro Propelled Texturising Powder. Sounds good, and it's very good, and it's like it's more powerful. Like, I've never bought the Orbi one because it's so expensive, but I have gone into Space NK many times midway through a day, given my hair a quick spritz and then carried on with my day. But I don't find that it really holds it that well. This will like hold the texture all day. It kind of brushes out, but it doesn't make your hair feel great. It makes it feel textured basically. But I don't really mind that. I really like it. And it makes it like big and volumey, so I'd really recommend it. So yeah, but you can see it's like extra umphy. Got all the umph. I keep looking in the viewfinder, sorry, that's really bad, but loads of umph. Too much umph. Less umph, please. Okay, so that's now me ready for the day. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Hopefully it's not going to be too long. It's taken me ages to film this. I've been like dead slow, but anyway. Yeah, let me know if you kind of like this or if you prefer more fashiony things. I personally prefer filming the fashiony things, but was feeling like it was all getting a bit repetitive. So let me know if you enjoyed this or not. As always, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you don't already, all that thing. Links to everything mentioned will be in the description box. Any information you could possibly need will be in the description box basically. So yes, thank you for watching again, and I will see you in my next video.